Well, good morning, my friends.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to a terrific Tuesday.
Groundhog Day tomorrow.
Pardon?
Groundhog Day tomorrow.
Is that tomorrow?
It's tomorrow.
Oh boy, that's just such reliable information.
I know. We'll, we'll see if Puxatawny Phil can see his shadow or not.
Yeah, right. That's funny. Well, I'm glad you're all here. And last week we were finishing up the second part of My Eyes Adored You, right?
Right?
Who would like to play that for us?
I got it this week.
Okay.
Good.
Hopefully the sound is better. I watched the video last week and it was awful.
Whose sound?
When you had me play last week, the
Oh
first
yeah,
part,
there was some. Yeah, there were
it was
some.
awful on the video.
There were some struggles on that. Yeah, you're right.
Hopefully this is better.
Okay. Good job. Good job. Nice changes.
Thank you.
Love the chords. You know that bridge in here that I really didn't recognize, actually? I know the song really well, but I did not know the bridge. But that bridge reminds me of the middle part of, I don't know what the song is called. It's for Applebee's, where everybody knows your name.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
The
mhm.
middle part of that reminded me of that today.
Everybody knows your name. Yes.
So I don't know. Very good. Nice job, Gary.
Thank you.
Sound was much better.
Was it good?
Yeah, much better. Any questions? So I can just assume that you all mastered this quite well. No questions. All righty.
It's still a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. That's a very good way of putting it, Connie. Very good.
Too many eighth notes and incidentals for my macular eyes.
Ah. Well, fortunately, a lot of times it's repetitive, so that's good. So we're going to talk a little bit today, but let's stay with this, My Eyes Adored You, because it will apply to that as well as what we're going to do today. And that's, I want to see you flex the melody a little bit from exactly what's written. You don't have to do it that way. You have to fit the melody into the beats, but you don't necessarily have to play them the way they're written. So in other words, you could play 2/8 notes instead of a quarter note, something like that. You could play a half note instead of 2 quarter notes. You still have to fit it into the 4 beats, but you don't have to be rigid with the melody like is written on the page, is what I'm trying to say. Does that make sense? It's going to be especially true for today's song as well. But let me give you an example here, even though I was already on T for 2 here. Let's see, 8-beat standard. Is that what you used, Gary, 8-beat standard? No, you didn't use 8-beat standard.
I used 8-beat rock. It's called on
8-beat
the
rock.
aria.
I knew that the ending sounded different than I was thinking I was going to hear. So, and what was the introduction chord, by the way?
It was the C.
Did
C
everybody
chord.
remember that?
Right, C chord. Right.
C chord, right. All right, so let's just do this. Listen to the liberties I'm taking. I'm still staying in the beats.
Sure. Mhm.
Definitely.
That's
Yeah,
what I want you
yes.
to do in the case of and T for two also. You might actually even find it easier in T for two. But that's what I would like to see as a goal that you try to do with these arrangements that we're doing is yes, I want you on the beat. That's very important. Yes, I need you to keep within the 4 beats or 3 beats, whatever we're doing at the time. That's important. But do you need to play rhythmically exactly what Hal Leonard wrote? No, is the answer to that. You can take your own liberties, your own personality. You have a lot of freedom there because you're the conductor and you're the listener and you're the player and you're everybody all in one. It's amazing.
Mhm.
Okay?
Does, does Hal Leonard have like many artists that change songs into Hal Leonard format?
That's a
Or
very
how
good
does that?
question. I don't know.
Because I don't know how they come up with some of these sometimes.
I do not know. I know they have quite a legal department, I can tell you that.
Oh, I'm sure.
I only know that because when I was writing for Lowry, the curriculum for Lowry, um, anytime we were looking at a song, it had to go to one legal department and then it went to another legal department, and we'd finally get an answer on whether we could have the rights to use this song or not. It was kind of complicated, but I don't know who does it. If one person does it, I would think there's so many books, there must be more than one person, but
Do you think
really
so?
can't speak on that. Okay, so today we're going to T for two, and we're going to get a little bit of a workout. So the first, this is interesting, this song, because you can use, for an intro chord, you can either use F or G minor. Either one. G is in George. Both work, which kind of surprised me, actually.
Hmm.
Um, so first
It
thing I
end
want
it ends on an F, doesn't it?
the last chord is an F chord, yeah.
Right.
But
But it
I
does.
tried G minor just for the heck of it to see what it would sound like.
Mm-hmm.
And some of you might like it because we don't use that many minor introductions. So when you
Right.
use a minor introduction, it totally changes the whole introduction. So
Right.
you might prefer that over using the F chord, but both of them worked very well. So it's kind of your choice. Try them both out and see what you think, and then take it from there. So first, I just want you to uh, write write this in first before we do anything else to it. So measure two, at the end of measure two, write the word lower. Prior to starting measure three. Line two, measure two, write the word upper. Now, an abbreviation, if you don't want to write the word, um, you could write LKB, which would be lower keyboard.
Where was the first one again, Joni? Sorry.
I'm sorry?
Where did you want to go to the lower keyboard on the first one?
Measure before measure three,
On the first line.
line one.
Just after the lyric just.
Correct.
Okay.
And then line two, before measure two, you're going
Before
upper
me.
keyboard. Pardon?
So would you go to the upper keyboard right after the C and start
Yes.
measure
Yes.
with the upper chords?
Yes.
Right after the word just again.
Yes.
Okay.
Line three, Measure 1, you're going to do the fill, obviously, because it's a tie. You can actually do it on the last measure of line 2. And then you're going to go right lower prior to measure 2 on line 3.
What?
Just before nobody near us.
Correct.
Now, I'm just curious. I'm jumping the gun here. Are you talking about octaves or keyboards?
Keyboards.
I figured. Okay.
And then, let's see, we were on the lower. So on line 6, which is for me the second page, before I didn't get myself back to the upper. I'll have to see how I did that. Line 2 on the second page, prior to measure 2, we want to go to the upper.
Line 2 before measure 2, upper.
Correct.
On the first line on page 2, can you tell me what the chords are? Because it's all cut off on mine.
Second page you're talking?
Yes, the first line.
Yeah, measure 1 is a C7.
Okay.
Measure 2, beat 1, G as in George, minor 7th.
Okay.
Beat 3, C7.
Okay.
Measure 3, G is in George, minor 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Beat 3, C7.
Okay.
Measure 4, F. F is on the
Okay.
first beat, and then I'm going to add, since we're there, we might as well just tell you. I'm going to add G minor. G is in George minor on the third beat there.
G minor 7.
Yeah.
G minor. Okay.
Is that on major 3 you're talking about?
Measure 4, beat 3,
Right above the word bake.
bake.
G minor 7.
G is in George, minor 7th.
Thank you. Got it.
Now, those of you who are doing easy play, if you can't do the 3 notes, then just play the minor. Don't worry about the minor 7th. Just play the minor. Okay, let's go back to the beginning now. Line 1, very beginning of the song. Measure 3 on beat 3, G as in George minor or G minor 7th.
Measure 3, beat 3.
Instead of the C7.
Pardon?
No,
Instead of the C7.
no, measure
No.
3.
Oh, measure 3. I'm sorry.
Measure 3.
Are you on the first page?
Yes, there's an F chord on beat 1, and then you'll put a G as in George minor 7th on beat 3. Line 2, measure 1, beat 1, A minor. Beat 3, A flat. Remember, when you write the chord, the flat sign goes to the right of the letter. Okay.
Hmm.
Line 4. Measure 1, beat 1 is an A chord, correct?
Mhm.
Correct.
On beat 3, play B as in boy minor. And then on measure 2, beat 1, play C sharp minor. And on beat 3, C major. And it's always a good idea, like on that line, like before you really get into doing the whole arrangement, it's a really good idea to play it the way it's written and then play what I added. Because then you get to hear the difference.
Okay.
In the case of these chords, we're moving every 2 beats to change chords. So the first thing, in my estimation, for most of the hobbyists here, you're going to have to recall, relatively speaking, what B minor is. B is in boy. And you're going to have to recall what C sharp minor is, because they're not ones we use all the time. So before they're going to sound good to you, you have to be able to form those chords. So it's a good idea to play it without and then play it with, so you can hear the difference. Okay. All right, I'm going up to the second page now. At the end, beat 3 of the measure 4, I put in a G as in George minor or minor 7th. On line 2, which the lyric is sugar. On beat 1, you want to do A minor. And on beat 3, you want to do A flat. Same as I did on the first page.
Okay. Yep.
On measure 3, line 3, measure 2, there's a D7 there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're ambitious, you can play F sharp diminished 7th. The D's fine, but the F sharp diminished 7th sounds better. Okay, so this pattern, and it's funny because when I was just a kid, I couldn't count the rhythms like this, especially when quarter notes had dots. Like for them to tell me that's a beat and a half, I couldn't put a beat and a half in my hand. It made no tangible sense to me at all until I learned how to work with digits. But I learned from this song that pattern of dotted quarter note, eighth note, dotted quarter note, eighth note. So then when I would see it in a different song, I would hum to myself T for 2,
Mm.
and it would tell me how to play the rhythm because I still
Mhm.
couldn't, at the time, I couldn't read. I was very young, and I did not know how to read rhythms properly until, like I said, until I learned how to do digits. And once I did digits, it all made sense then. It was a breeze. But until that, it wasn't. So I was really challenged rhythmically for a while. And of course, you have no backup on a piano. You know, you either get it or you don't. You have to do everything. So it's not nearly as easy as it is here. So the liberties that I'm talking about, first of all, song setup sets this up with cha-cha.
Yeah.
And another rhythm I will play a little bit for you, Parrot Buffett works also. I don't know why, but I tried it and it works. So you might prefer. I really like the cha-cha, but anyway, the liberties I'm talking about is you're going to establish the melody, which is very important, obviously. Okay. Once I play that section again, which would be on the second page, I might do this.
Yes.
Okay? That's what I mean by liberties. I'm going to keep it in 4 beats, but I might not be doing even. I might repeat the note instead of
Right.
holding it as a dotted quarter note.
Right.
And that's a really good thing to do if you are having trouble getting that rhythm and keeping it within the 4 beats. It's a really good thing to do to learn it by repeating the note, because it'll be more even for you when you're learning it. It will keep you, so to speak, on the beat. Okay? So, be creative. Do it your way.
Mm.
However you want to change the rhythm. And you'll see on line 3 now they got really hairy with us and made a dotted 8th note and a 16th note. So back in the day when I was learning, way, 100 years ago, I would see a 16th note and turn the page. I'm not playing that one. But come to know, especially if you know the song, okay?
Hmm.
Isn't that just how you
Don't be
took
afraid
your
of the
liberties on the
16th
first
note.
lines?
I'm sorry?
On the line 3, 4, and 5 on that page, isn't that how you took the liberties when you just showed us line 1 and line 2? Isn't that the same?
No, that's the way it's written.
No, when you took when you play a double F and then the D and then a double E and then the A.
Yeah,
isn't
but
that
on the
same
on
as-
line 3, that's the way I played it the way it was written,
Right.
because I wanted you to hear the 16th notes,
Yeah. Okay.
so you wouldn't be afraid of them, like I was. All right, let's give this a try. So, well, let's listen. I'm gonna do the intro F chord, and then I'm gonna stop, and then I'm gonna do the G minor chord, and then you could tell me which one you liked better. Here we go. This is the F chord intro. And here is G minor intro. Which do you like better?
Oh, gee.
E minor.
I like them both.
I do. I do too.
G minor, I like.
D minor you liked?
Yeah.
No, just for one reason of enjoying the minor is because we very rarely use a minor chord for an intro, so it makes the intro sound totally different, that's kind of fun. I think I actually really like the F chord better, but I like the diversity of having a G minor intro, because now I have a whole new intro that I'm not used to hearing. So
Did you
I'm gonna.
Intro 1,
I'm sorry.
intro 1.
Yes, that was intro 1 on Cha Cha. So
Right.
here we'll start again. Cha cha cha. How'd you
Joni,
like that?
I liked it. I have a question for you.
Sure.
Where did you,
Oh,
towards the bottom of the first page, towards the end of the maybe fifth line, you went lower, or you went upper?
Upper, yeah.
You went upper. Where did you go upper? I know on the third line you go lower at the end of that first
yeah,
measure.
but I didn't think I went to the upper until the top of the second page.
And
It
the,
sounded to me like you went upper, lower, and then upper again before you
Hold
got to
on,
that
let's
line
try
two.
that out. Line 3.
Think so too.
I lost my rhythm. There we go.
You're gonna start with line 3? Okay.
Yeah, so when I got to the top of the second page, that's where I went back up to the upper.
Oh,
Now then, when you went to the upper at the end of the first measure, correct?
Where? What
Uh,
line?
top line on the second page,
Okay, I went to the upper.
at the end of the first measure.
Yeah, but you can go up
It-
at the
It
measure.
really
because
doesn't. Okay, but
the
it's not like
previous-
written in
The
stone.
previous note, the previous measure is the C sharp, and it's a whole note.
Yeah.
So we could be here. And all I did was sing.
I got you. I
Cha
got
cha
you.
cha.
Gotcha.
You do anything you want.
Exactly. It's not written in
This is a
stone.
great song. It's really fun to play, number one. But it's a great song that allows you to take all the liberties in the world you want to take.
Right.
I mean, you saw, I didn't do it, I don't think I did it the same way twice, did I?
Right.
Oh.
I don't think so.
you've
Which
got-
is good.
There's my peanut gallery.
There we go. There we go.
The third
No,
line.
I didn't, so you get to a part and you go, oh, okay, I think I'm going to jump up to the upper keyboard, or okay, this looks like a good spot. I'm going down to the
Right.
lower keyboard. Like, you can do anything and everything you want to do with this song. It has that kind of flexibility, which I love.
And it's a shorter song. You kept it on 2 instruments, didn't you? I mean, upper, lower keyboard, and that
Yeah,
was it.
I just used
Yeah.
upper and lower because the
Sure.
upper gave me
The
what was
flute,
it called a jazz flute, I believe.
jazz. Yeah, I think so.
And then the lower gave me brass, which was great because I could get big with the brass, and then I could go up and get light with the flutes, and then back down
Right.
to big brass. So
Flute.
yeah, it's really fun, really fun.
With the flute too, it almost sounds like a person could be a little bit lighter on the keys and put in those
Yeah,
eighth notes
and
more
yes.
frequently or something, you know?
That's a very good observation. And what you also will notice is where notes were held, like a whole note or a half note, I didn't necessarily hold them.
Right.
I let the instrument work for me. So in the case of a whole note, I hit the note and then let go and use the fill. I
Mhm.
want the instrument to work for me, no matter what instrument you have. If you have an easy 10, doesn't matter. You have an
Right.
easy 4, you still have a fill, and you want it to work for you.
Right.
And the fact that it's a short song is kind of, it sounds like it's longer than it is because I'm jumping keyboards
Mhm.
up and down, up and down,
Mhm.
up and down.
For the ending, did you repeat the last line?
I went back to the last musical phrase. Oh,
Can't you see?
thank you, because I can't read without
Can't
my
you see
glasses.
how happy
Can't
we
you
would
see
be?
how happy we would be?
Yeah,
Right.
That was my little tag ending.
right.
Right.
This is a lot of fun, this song. I hope you'll
Mhm.
have as much fun as I've had.
I can see why you picked it and encouraged us to be a little bit flexible with it.
Yeah, that's what I want, because what I see in store and on Zoom as well is some, is that a word? Rigidity?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yes.
I think it's a
Yes.
word. Yeah.
Hmm.
In people playing. Like they're
Right.
following. If Hal Leonard says it's a half note, by golly, it's got to be a half note. I see that universally all the time. And when I looked at this, first I looked at it and I said, oh, maybe this is too old. They might not like it. And then I said, no, this is really fun because you can have freedom that sometimes we can't have freedom. If the
Mhm.
melody is dependent on a rhythm, the way it's written, then you don't have that flexibility. But with this, you can do whatever you want.
Hmm.
Joanie, I have a
Mhm.
question for you.
Yes.
This is John.
Hi.
Did you ever try it with a tap dance swing?
Well, I was just getting to that, John.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump the
You-
gun.
You're just a note
That's how
ahead
I
of
always
me.
played it. I'm
Um,
sorry. I'm not in
I'm
front of
looking.
my instrument. I'm actually at work, so I didn't get a chance to try it yet, but I will.
I'm looking for where that is. What's it? Oh, tap soft shoe.
That's it.
You'd have to slow it down. You'd have to slow it down, number one. And number two, it depends on how much you love that tap sound going on and on and on.
And on.
It's a bit much for me. So, but I do want to go back and play Parrot Buffet for you so you can hear that a little bit. And this gives me, on my zero rhythm preset, this gives me two flutes, which is nice. They're in duet. But the lower gives me a guitar, which is weaker. So I'm not as hepped up on that. If I go to 10, I'll get mariachis, which are very strong, and an accordion on the lower, which is kind of strong too. So I didn't really like the sounds for that unless I went in to my category setups and found song. I really like what I had. And if you have an aria, you can do sound hold and lock in the sound from cha 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 zero and use it with Parrot Buffet. You can only do that if you have an aria, and I don't. So, let me see here. Yeah, I'm kind of lending myself towards something being here we have marimbas on number 9 and vibes. So that's not as drastic either, but I guess we'll try to live with that for a moment. All right, here we go. This is Parrot Buffet. Got the instrument work for you. Which one did you like better?
Cha-cha.
Me too.
Cha-cha, cha-cha.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that better, but it worked. It's fine.
I like cha-cha because of the difference between the upper keyboard instrument and the lower one.
Exactly.
And you can kind of dance around with the flute a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is a really, really, really fun song to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be fast. You know, you don't have to worry about.
What does cha-cha come up at? Did you just leave it at whatever the tempo was?
Yeah, it comes up at 116.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that what you were playing it at, Joni, about what?
Yeah,
it came-
yeah, but Parrot Buffett came on at
You slowed it down. Had to.
115, and I slowed it down
Yeah.
because it was busier.
Right.
But Cha Cha was fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Super.
All righty. Any questions? I'm so excited for you this week. I think you're going to have a lot of fun.
Well, and honestly, when I first saw T for Two, I thought, "What the heck?" But now it's kind of it's. But now it's kind of it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to sitting down and trying some of this stuff out. So that'll be
It's
good.
just really nice to have a little freedom
Sure.
that's the skill set that I really wanted to get across. And you can do it with My Eyes Adored You also and take a little freedom there. But it's really nice for you to say, okay, now I'm going to use my fingers and play it the way I want to play it. As
Sure.
long as you stay on the beat, that's the
Sure.
important thing.
Sure.
I can't wait till I get home from work so I can try it. I was played it as a cha-cha, or not a
Yeah.
cha-cha, but a tap dance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it as a cha-cha.
Yeah, you
Maybe
can
even
do
a
tap. You
rumba.
can do tap soft
Rumba would
shoe.
sound good. Yeah, even as a rumba, it would sound good probably.
Rumba. The rumba is a little too
A little bit too much.
traditional for me, as opposed to. The rumba was a straighter, more up and down beat, where the cha-cha had a little bit going on side to side, and I liked that a lot.
Yeah,
Right.
You're right.
Right.
And if you like soft tap shoe, enjoy your tapping.
Mhm.
Any other questions?
So, Joe, you can kind of play upper and lower keyboard depending on how you feel. Is that
Yeah,
my understanding? Yeah.
yeah. I think I'll go up now. I think I'll go down now. Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Okay.
And you probably, well, I don't know, maybe you will, but you probably, in my case, I don't think I play it the same way twice.
I don't think you did
I
either.
just move and groove when, all right, this is a good time. Let me go up. Now, in some musical phrases, that's not the rule of thumb. You would not have that freedom. But in this particular song, you do. Some you really wouldn't change your sound except within a musical phrase. When the musical phrase was up, then you would change your sound. In this, because it's a repetitive rhythmic pattern, you can do whatever you like.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good
Mhm.
time.
Yeah.
All right.
Super.
I'm excited for you. Smile. Wasn't seeing many smiles.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the chords that are going to be the killer, I think,
Well, it's going to take a little review.
when you play full chords. That is, maybe not so much with chords.
Oh, even easy play is going to take a little bit of a review.
mm,
Because
Joni, what's
what
the
I
notes?
will tell you is if you don't
Is
have
that-
the chords down, you're going to stumble all over your right hand.
Right.
That's for
Right.
sure.
If you're struggling to get the chords, your right hand is not going to be independent or free or anything else because you're going to be stumbling to make the chords.
Joni,
So you really have to get that settled first, a line at a time, as I always say. Yes.
yeah, what's the notes for the F sharp diminished 7?
Ooh. It's F sharp A, C, and E flat. If you do F sharp and C, that's our F sharp diminished. I just like all diminished chords with the 7th. That's my
So
rule. That's my
F
rule of
sharp.
thumb.
F sharp, A, C, and
E flat.
E flat.
But if you just want to do F sharp diminished as a 2-finger,
Right.
F sharp and C.
Gotcha.
Or C and F. No, I don't think that'll work actually. No, don't do C and F sharp. You have to do F sharp and the C on top.
Okay.
Otherwise, it becomes a C diminished and it puts the wrong note in the bass.
Right.
So be careful with that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Super.
All right, you have a terrific week. Enjoy your music. Have a blessed day. And I look forward to hearing many of you next Tuesday on T42.
Sounds good.
Happy playing.
Thanks,
You're
Joanie.
doing a
Have a good
concert on
week.
Thursday?
I'm sorry?
You're doing a concert on Thursday?
Yeah, no.
At
No.
Var-
1?
A variety thing.
Or a
I'm
variety show or
doing
something?
a class on Thursday.
On Zoom, no.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a variety class. Yeah.
Variety. Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to do it on the topic of the fill
Uh,
and the many kinds of fill and why the fill and how many reasons can you use a fill and all that jazz. So yes,
Okay.
that is Thursday.
At
That's
1
on,
o'clock.
that's on my list today. What time is it? Thursday at 1, I believe, right?
at 1, yes.
That's Easter time, 1?
Eastern.
Yes.
Eastern Standard Time, yes. Okay, have a blessed day.
Thank
Been
you.
fun.
Hi, Joni.
See you
Wait,
soon.
Come on. Enjoyed it.
Bye-bye.
Bye.